What's up guys, welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Dollies and the others couldn't contest without appearing weak. Thus, it was settled that Zalerio and the rest would inhabit the undead elves, unlocking the dormant wills within. The incarnation ceremony kicked off after the decision was made. Zalerio and 5 of his team members, along with Obara and Oma, were set to perform the ritual. Kagali was tasked with infusing the undead elf with an ego. What are they going to do with the extra one? As Kagali pondered this, she locked eyes with Feldway.
It's Kagali, isn't it? Conda's demise seems to have rattled your cage. What's your next move?
Kagali braced herself for the conversation.
Can I leave?
She asked cautiously, unsure of her limits. To her surprise, Feldway's response was unexpected.
Once this ritual's done, you are free to go.
What?
Your job is done once you have created those undead elves. You have been helpful, so if you want, I will send you back to Earth.
Kagali was stunned. She had expected imprisonment at best or punishment at worst. Yet here was freedom. Feldway's words held no deceit, making negotiation unnecessary. Kagali realized her insignificance in his plans. With that in mind, she hesitated before making her next request.
Can you release Yuki-sama from control and let us go with him?
Michael answered her question.
I can't allow that. Yuki Kagarazaka's ultimate skill, Greedy King Mammon, is beneficial to me.
Michael valued Yuki's power, regardless of his combat prowess, so releasing him was out of the question. Understanding this, Kagali let go of her hopes. What now? Should I flee? Feldway continued, adding to Kagali's thoughts.
If it's just you 3, I can arrange for your return, but Earth will be harsh. I despise the people there. Though I don't need to obliterate all life, it will inevitably face destruction in our struggle against those who oppose us. It's the consequence. Those who were once loved by Veldanova have betrayed that love. Punishment is inevitable.
Kagali shivered at the stark reality of his words. To be consumed by fire meant the entire world would be impacted by the war. Under such circumstances, it was uncertain whether the refuge they sought would remain safe. Yuki remained under their influence, and if the formidable figures present unleashed their full power, there would be no sanctuary on the planet. Kagali pondered, initially. Their aspiration was to establish a nation where they could lead content lives, but it seemed futile amidst the current chaos. Survival outweighed all else in this predicament. And to survive, they required strength. Perhaps it was a naive choice. Yet, at that moment, Kagali deemed it the sole correct course of action. Hence, she expressed her desire.
Grant me an undead elf and enable me to host a seraphim within this vessel.
Kagali pleaded. She yearned to discard her fragile form and be reborn as an undead elf, merging with the seraphim to attain formidable power. Power was imperative, for with power, one could forestall further loss. Kagali's plea stood little chance of acceptance, yet no one contested it. Dino wore a baffled expression but remained silent. Zalerio and Obara simply deferred to Michael's decision. And the Insectar remained indifferent, showing no interest in the feeble. Amidst these reactions, Michael nodded.
Intriguing. However, betrayal will not be tolerated. Should you accept my ultimate enchantment, I shall grant your wish.
I vow not to betray you. I accept your dominion.
The pact was sealed. To imbue an undead elf with consciousness equated to awakening its inherent personality. Sometimes, the stronger will prevail. Other times, a new consciousness arises from their fusion. The outcome for Kagali remained uncertain, as seen in the cases of Tyr and Footman, where invoking a specific personality proved challenging. Thus, Kagali herself gambled on whether her consciousness would prevail. Nonetheless, she understood the necessity of acquiring power. Therefore, after awakening the 8 consciousnesses, she conducted a ritual to awaken her own undead elf. Subsequently, she escaped from the homunculus and transferred her consciousness into the undead elf. Thus, the ritual concluded. As expected, the outcome was. Obara stirred from her slumber. Her unyielding spirit was a testament to the pride she held within, a will that no adversary could conquer. As Dollies began to awaken, he became aware of Zalario's emergence. Clad in a fleshly armor, he sensed the surge of power coursing through the cardinal world. Another presence dwelled within him, Tornio, a man of formidable ambition. Dollies felt the warrior's skills merge with his own, amplifying his essence. Nice roused from her sleep. Though strengthened under his leadership, she remained unchanged, her formidable ego unscathed. Grandma stirred awake, her resolute will unwavering as she embraced a being with kindred sensibilities. Zero, now assimilated, became Oma's kin. Then came Orca Arya's awakening. Blending Arya's wizardry with Orca's martial prowess, they were reborn as a mystical warrior, devoid of their former selves. Arios opened his eyes, his unique skill, murderer, intact. Driven by the memory of Damrata's betrayal, he sought greater strength in his resurrection. Mai Furuki awoke, spurred by her determination to protect her ailing brother left behind in the world beyond. She vowed to return. Thus, 8 individuals had risen, leaving only one remaining in a deep slumber. Kagali found herself in a dream. It felt like eons ago. Not during her time as Demon Lord Kazalim. Rather, it harkened back to her childhood days when she was just a girl. Her name was now a distant memory, but in that dream, Kagali was a joyous princess. Her kingdom stood upon the remnants of a once great civilization of high humans. It was an elven paradise, a magical hegemony thriving amidst flowing rivers, verdant forests, fertile plains, and the vestiges of an ancient magical empire. But then, her father, the king, succumbed to madness. Kagali recalled him as a benevolent and gentle soul. Yet, even so, one fateful day, the king, once hailed as the High Elf King, underwent a drastic transformation. He shed his old identity, adopting the name Jahil, the Great Magician. The events following this remained hazy in Kagali's memory. Under Jahil's rule, tyranny reigned supreme. He exploited his subjects, chasing after his own glory, conducting reckless experiments that birthed unspeakable horrors. Kagali, a high elf herself, fell victim to his cruelty. Stripped of her powers, she was killed and reborn as an undead elf, bearing the name Kazalim. Her once beautiful form was now marred, cursed and grotesque. Cloaked in decaying flesh, she concealed herself behind a mask, consumed by grief.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's amusing. Be grateful. Countless lives were sacrificed to bring you back.
It was a living nightmare. She couldn't comprehend how her father, once kind, had descended into such darkness. But reality offered no solace in lament.
Father, I don't mind what becomes of me, but please, think of your people.
Silence. Are you mocking me too? My daughter is a disappointment. I won't repeat the same mistake. I have secured my loyalty, but you are unreliable. Gazelem, today, you become a man. Understand?
His decree was final. Kagali's pleas fell on deaf ears, her father, now Jahil, ending the conversation abruptly. She counted herself fortunate for escaping death. No, it was only because she'd already been slain and resurrected, now a compliant puppet, that she hadn't been discarded. And so, Kagali parted ways with her father, plunging deeper into the nightmare. Jahil's arrogance knew no bounds, yet his downfall was inevitable. His ill-fated attempt to control the Dragon Empress Milam earned her wrath. Soma, the mighty capital, crumbled overnight, Jahil's fate uncertain. Though presumed dead, surviving the cataclysmic event seemed improbable. Kagali's thoughts turned to those dear to her rather than dwelling on the fallen tyrant. The caring maid-servants, loyal knights, and cherished people who found solace in happiness. With them in mind, she invoked the forbidden spell. The Dead Birthday, a spell she learned through her own suffering. Its mastery birthed Tyr, Footman, and Clayman, innocent souls named by Kagali herself. In that moment, she confronted a truth she never wished to know. The undead elves born from her magic weren't inherently repulsive. It was Kagali alone who bore the deliberate mark of ugliness. That despicable father, King Jahil, had stripped her of her beauty solely to inflict suffering upon her. Though aware of this, it was too late for Kagali to reverse the curse. Her appearance remained marred by the curse, irreversible and unyielding. Yet, the children she brought into existence stood by her side, concealing their true faces behind masks, sharing in Kagali's plight. In their solidarity, Kagali found a glimmer of hope for survival. Joined by surviving elf tribes scattered across the land, they harbored a silent resolve to rebuild their nation anew, where happiness would reign supreme. However, this aspiration would soon fade into a distant dream. The Chaos Dragon's assault tainted the land, cursing all who revered Kagali, transforming them into dark elves. In the face of this curse, Kagali and Tyr, as undead elves, endured, yet they lamented their stark divergence from others. Masked and unnoticed, Kagali found solace in Tyr's presence. Together with their companions, they fled their homeland, leaving behind lingering regrets. Their journey led them to a newfound sanctuary after much wandering. Once stability graced their lives, Kagali resolved to revisit her homeland. Her intent was twofold, to reclaim lost treasures and to behold her homeland once more. Though the city lay in ruins, its splendor persisted in Kagali's memories. She resolved to sever ties with regrets, nourishing her resolve for the future. Thus, she embarked on her journey, encountering a man along the way.
Why didn't you intervene if you were watching me?
Don't underestimate that wicked dragon. I'm no match for it.
You're too modest. From where I stand, you seem like trouble enough. Ouch.
The man in question was Sarian Grimwald, the chosen hero credited with banishing the Chaos Dragon from their realm. However, he lay on the brink of death, his body ravaged by the dragon's onslaught.
Don't strain yourself. Let me try some restoration magic.
Don't bother. The Chaos Dragon's curses render any healing futile. I had contingencies, but this is how it ends.
Remarkably, Sarian remained conscious despite a grievous wound to his chest, a testament to his fortitude.
I need to deliver a message. I want everyone to know I faced the Chaos Dragon with valor, just like a true chosen hero.
Chosen hero, you say? Before you go, hear me out. With my dark arts, there's a slim chance you could survive. You might lose memories, end up like this, but are you up for it?
With a flourish, Kagali removed her mask. Underneath lay her disfigured visage. Yet, Sarian's response was a wry smile.
What's with you? You make a compelling argument. If I die here, Sylvia will have my head. So, this offer might just be my best shot.
Are you certain? I'm cursed. I'd rather embrace darkness than face persecution. If you're the chosen hero, I'm ready to become a demon lord and protect all. But, by accepting this dark path, you'll become my puppet, right?
I couldn't care less. It's intriguing. I'm a free spirit, not easily controlled. Besides, there's always a link between a chosen hero and a demon lord. Isn't that how we ended up here?
You're quite the character, talking such nonsense. Well then, consider yourself my puppet.
Kagali initially took Sarian's words as a joke, but they turned out to be true. Consequently, Sarian became undead and survived as a result of this whim. Thus, the birth of Curse Lord, Kazalim and Wonder Piero, Laplace marked a turning point. From then on, events unfolded rapidly. Securing dominance over their territory, Kagali faced fierce battles against humans and demi-humans.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyros, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Echo Ski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Endsley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Spencer Candila, Ian Sekibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Drayden Yamauchi. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.